Hello friends, today we will understand the level of measurements. So the level of measurements, four levels of measurement, that is the nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale and ratio scale. Here in the nominal scale, in this nominal scale we simply assign some numbers, symbols to the event or the order objects in order to label them. So the purpose behind giving them a number or the symbol is only to have the identification of those events or the objects. So the example can be like the assignment of the numbers to the players in cricket or football, in either in any kind of matches you have seen that the players have been assigned some numbers. So those numbers are only to for the identification of the players. These numbers are not associated to give them a rank, or these numbers are not assigned on the basis of the order. So it doesn't mean the player have the first number. It doesn't mean that he is the best player of the team. So like you can see that the players in cricket team have been assigned some numbers, like Dhoni have 7 numbers and the Sachin was having 10 numbers, again the Rohit Sharma is having 46. So these are some identification number of the players by which we can identify the players. So here the numbers do not have any role of having any kind of ranks and order of the players. Now nominal scale, while we are giving any kind of numbers, these numbers are only for keeping the track of people's, objects or the event. We cannot do much more with these numbers. So here if we talk about some statistical techniques that we can apply on nominal scales, and those can be the mode as the measure of central tendency. We cannot apply mean and median on this nominal scale. There is no generally used measure of dispersion for the scales. Measure of dispersion, like we can talk about the standard deviation, quartile. So these will not be applied over there, as we cannot apply mean. So here again we cannot apply the median. So chi-square test can also be the test which can be applied over here. And next is the interval scale. So before that we can understand some example of the nominal scale. The example can be like the genders, like male or female. They are just a tag given by the researchers for the identification only. Like we are assigning some name to the brands. That is again example of this nominal scale. And again we are categorizing on the basis of religion, on the basis of caste, or on the basis of the area. That is again a part of the nominal scale. Okay, now we are moving to the next, that is the ordinal scale. So here in the ordinal scale we have to understand the in the ordinal scale the objects are being arranged or arranged in order, or they have been given some ranks. So here the ordinal scale place event in order, but there is no attempt to make the intervals of the scale equal in terms of some rules. We can only give them a ranks. So all the objects, like we can give for an example, we have been given some name of the mobile phones, and we have to arrange them on the preferences. So maybe that the researcher is giving us some brand name on the mobile phone, like the Samsung, iPhone, Oppo, Vivo, Motorola or some other brands, and they are asking for the giving preferences to each mobile phone. So maybe the consumer who may assign iPhone a first rank, some may assign a second rank to the iPhone, some may assign a Samsung a first rank, or some may assign Oppo as a first rank, or some may assign as a Vivo as a first rank. So these kind of questions are based on the ordinal scale. Here we can see a student's rank in his graduation class involves the use of an ordinal rank. So here the students who are getting the marks. So for an example, the student who is getting marks of 8 out of 1000 is getting 850, and some other is getting 849, and third one is getting 815. So on the basis of these number we can assign them a number rank, or we can arrange them in the order. They are like the student who is getting maximum marks like 850 will be assigning a first rank, 849 will be assigning a second rank, and the 815 who is getting marks will be assigning a third rank, and up to so on. Now for example, here what we can say, we cannot say if Ram's position in his class is 10th and Mohan's position is 40, it cannot be said that Ram's position is 4 times as good as that of Mohan. The student would make no sense at all. Now ordinal scales only permit the ranking of the item from highest to lowest. You can arrange them from highest to lowest only. Ordinal measures have no absolute values, and the real difference between the adjacent rank may not be equal. Okay, so whatever the ranks we are giving, we cannot say the interval between those two ranks will be same. Since the numbers of these scales have only a rank meaning, the appropriate measure of central tendency is the median. Here we cannot apply mean, we can only find out the median, as we are arranging the objects into in some ranks or in some orders. Okay, a percentile or quartile can be used as a measure of dispersion. Here we cannot apply the standard deviation. The correlation are restricted to various rank other methods. So here we can means rank correlation, we cannot apply Karl Pearson's rank correlation method. So any question which you are asking for the preferences, or you are asking to the respondent for arranging the objects in order or giving them a rank, these all questions are based on the ordinal scales. Now the interval scale. So in this interval scale, here the interval are adjusted in terms of some rules that has been established as a basis for making the units equal. Okay, the units are equal only if so far as one aspects that the assumption on which the rule is based. Interval scales can have an arbitrary zero. Arbitrary zero means the point which we have considered as a zero, which is not actual a zero, but it is not possible to determine for them what may be called as a absolute zero or the unique origin. So it doesn't have any kind of unique origin. The primary limitation of the interval scale is the lack of the true zero. We do not have the true zero, as we have already discussed. It does not have the capacity to measure the complete absence of a trait or the characteristics. For a better example, we can see the Fahrenheit scale as an example, where we can measure the temperatures. So while measuring a temperature, we can say, or one can say, that an increase in temperature from 30 degree to 40 degree involves the same increase in temperature as an increase from 60 degree to 70 degree. But one cannot say that the temperature of 60 degree is twice warm as temperature of 30, because both numbers are depend on the fact that the zero of this scale is set arbitrarily at the temperature of the freezing point of water. The ratio of the two temperature 30 degree and 60 degree means nothing, because 0 is an arbitrary point. So we cannot say, we have find out that this is the point of the 0, and there is no such true 0 in this scale. Okay, so it doesn't mean 0 means nothing. 0 means there is a presence of the temperature. Okay, so here interval scale, if we say that it is more powerful than the measurement scale that we have earlier discussed, like nominal scale or the ordinal scale. It is somehow more powerful than them. So mean is the appropriate measure of central tendency, which can be find out on interval scale, and while as we can find out the mean, so we can also find out the standard deviation as a measure of dispersion. The product movement, the correlation techniques are appropriate. You can apply correlation, and the generally used tests for statistical significance are the t-test, f-test, ANOVA test, or even we can apply some multivariate analysis on this interval scale as well, like multiple regression, that can also be applied, or some more techniques that we want to apply can be applied on interval scale. Now just for the interval scale, we can understand the question which we are asking on the basis of Likert scale. So if we are considering a Likert scale that the difference between the two adjacent points are equal, that is considered to be an interval scale. So for example, in a Likert scale where we have the 5-point scale, where 1 is the strongly disagree and 5 is the strongly agree. So here the difference between, we assume that the difference between strongly agree and agree is equal to the difference between neutral and agree. Okay, so Likert scale mostly based on, we consider it as a based on the interval scale. Same we can consider the semantic differential scale, or we can consider the staple scale as an interval scale. Now the ratio scale. So in this ratio scale, we have an absolute or true zero of measurement. The term absolute zero is not as practiced as it was once believed to be. We can conceive of an absolute zero of length, like if we are going to measure the length, or we are going to measure the height, or we are going to measure the weight, where the 0 is true. 0 means nothing. So we say the 0 point on a centimeter scale indicates the complete absence of the length or the height. With ratio scales involved, one can make a statement like Jyoti's typing performance was twice as good as that of the Ritu. The ratio involved does have significance and facilitates a kind of comparison which is not possible in case of the interval scale. So ratio scale represent the actual amount of the variable. So what we can measure, like here measures of physical dimensions such as the weight or height, distance, etc. are the examples. The statistical technique we talk, that all the techniques can be applied on the ratio scale. It is the highest powerful scale that is considered for applying the statistical techniques. So geometric mean, harmonic mean, even arithmetic mean, standard deviation, correlation, regression, all these techniques can be applied on the ratio scale. So here the example of the ratio scale can be like if you are asking the age of the respondent, or you are asking as an open-ended question and the respondent is giving you the age in numbers only. They are giving you the age like 20 year, 22 year, 26 year, 27 year, 32 year, 35, 46, 48, or exactly you are asking the income of the respondent in numbers exactly, and they are giving that my income is 32,800 or 32,000 or 40,000, 21,000, 22,500, 25,000. They are giving it in exact numbers. That is again considered as a ratio scale. So these can be the example of ratio scale. In our social science, we generally use the interval scales for measuring the attitude, perception, satisfaction, or the behavior. All these things can be measured. Now examples. So with this example we will understand all these different type of scales. Like nominal scale, here you can see numbers assigned to the runner. So these number like 7, 11 and 3, these are some identification number of the players. And ordinal, so rank order of the winners. So here we can see the player who have been assigned rank, who have been assigned 3 number has stood first in the race, and the player who has been assigned 11 number is got the second position, and the 7 assigned 7 number has got the third position. Now we can also find out it on interval scale. So here the performance can be rated on a 0 to 10 scale. So the player who got the first rank has the score rating of 9.6, the second who got the second position has the rating score 9.1, and the third player who got the third position has the rating score of 8.2. So here in the ratio scale, the time to finish in seconds, so first player has completed the race in 13.4 seconds, second player got it in 14.1 seconds, and the third player got it at 15.2 seconds. This is the example. So if you have the data in ratio scale, that ratio scale data can also be converted into interval scale or ordinal scale or nominal scale. That is why it has been suggested that if possible try to get the data in ratio scales. Difference between different scales. So here we scale, nominal scale. So basic characteristics of this is the numbers identify and classify the objects. So here we assign some number for the identification or for tracking the events, objects, and a common example can be the student registration number, like we are giving them a roll number or enrollment number. These are some example of the nominal scales, or giving numbers to the players. That is again example of the nominal scale. The marketing example can be like the genders, the classification, the bank types we have, or we are talking about smoker or non-smoker, we are talking about user or non-user, we are talking about caste, or we are talking about some religion. This is all an example of this nominal scale. So what we can apply? We can apply percentage, or we can apply mode on such kind of scales. Or inferential statistics, in which we can apply chi-square or binomial test. In ordinal scales, the number indicate the relative position of the objects, but not the magnitude of difference between them. So the difference between two adjacent will not be same in ordinal scale. Here the purpose is only to arrange them from highest to lowest, or we can say them a rank, or arranging them in a order. Now the common example can be the ranking of the top 4 teams in the football World Cup. That can be your top cricket team, or giving rank to the players, top player, top batsman, or giving rank to the bowlers, top bowlers. So that can be example of ordinal scale. Again, marketing example can be the ranking of the service quality delivered by the number of banks, rank order of favorite television programs. So if you are asking for the quality of services provided by the different banks. So in that case we again arrange them on the basis of some orders. And again, if we talk about some favorite television programs, or we talk about some favorite brands in car or in mobile phone or in some other products, that is again example of the ordinal scale, where we are trying to arrange the objects in some orders. Now in descriptive statistics we can only apply the percentile or the median, or in inferential statistics we can apply rank correlation, Spearman's rank correlation, or Friedman ANOVA can be applied on this ordinal scale. The interval scale, here the difference between objects can be compared, and 0 point as arbitrary. Here 0 is arbitrary, and the difference between two adjacent will be same. Like we talk about the Fahrenheit. So here you can see 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree. So difference between 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 and 30 to 40 is equal. So that is why it is known as the interval scale. The basic example can be the temperature, Fahrenheit or Celsius can be the example of this. Again, in marketing we generally use it for measuring the attitudes, opinions, index numbers, behavior, satisfaction. This is all can be an example of the ordinal interval scale. Now in descriptive statistics we can find out the range. Range is just a maximum minus minimum, and the mean can be find out, or as we can also find out the standard deviation. And in inferential statistics we can apply the product movement correlation, the Karl-Pearson's correlation can be applied, t-test can be applied, ANOVA test can be applied, regression, factor analysis, cluster analysis, all these techniques can be applied on this interval scale. Now the ratio here the 0 point is a fixed, or ratio of scale varies can be computed. So here the 0 is a true 0. So 0 means nothing. If we are talking about on a centimeter, that 0, so 0 means no length. Okay. So in common example we can see the length, weight, or the height can be the example of this this ratio scale. But in case of the marketing example, we can talk about the age, income, cost, sales, market share. This is all have been taken in exact numbers. That is why this is the example of the ratio scale. So we talk about the age in numbers like 20, 22, 30, 35, 36, 38. The student is giving, they are free to give their age in numbers. We are not asking a question on the basis of like less than 20 years, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. This is not based on the ratio scale. Again, sales is also always there in the numbers, the market share is always there in the numbers. So that is why they are an example of the ratio scale. In ratio scale, in descriptive statistics, we can apply the geometric mean, harmonic mean, or we can apply the arithmetic mean as well. And in inferential statistics, we can apply a number of techniques like coefficient of variation can be applied, the regression can also be applied. All these statistical techniques can be applied on the differential scales. Okay, thank you.